For today's tutorial, we're going to be using stamping plate number 3 from the Flower Power collection by Moyu London, plate number 39 from Queen, my extra large marshmallow stamper from Moyu London, a white stamping polish, and this is from Mundo de Uñas in number 1 white, a nude base polish, and I chose to use Deborah Lippmann's Fashion. You could use any nude polish like this one from Butter London in Tea with the Queen. I picked 3 colors from the design. You can use any colored polishes from your collection. I chose a green for the leaves and then 2 colors for my flowers. I chose orange and yellow. Again, you can use any color for the flowers that you want. These are just the 3 that I chose for this design. A fast drying top coat from Out the Door. You don't want to use too thick of a polish like Sèche Vite. I do recommend this polish for decals or decals because it is a fast drying top coat, but it also doesn't yellow. I purchased these pearl stones from Cheeky. These are optional. They are going to be an accent for the flowers, but you can use rhinestones or any colored stones. I'm going to be using the pearl color. And then you're going to need a dotting tool to fill in the design and a stone placement tool for the optional stones. You're going to start off by making your decals or decals because these are quite time consuming. Now for this manicure, you're going to need 4 using this design from the Flower Power collection and 1 using this design from the Queen plate. In this demonstration, I'm only going to be making 3 using this design, but you will need 4. I've already gone ahead and done my thumb ahead of time. I'm also going to show you 2 different methods of making decals or decals. One is going to be right on the stamping mat and the other one's going to be using your actual stamper. So I'm going to make 3 on the stamping mat and 1 on the stamper itself. For the ones on the stamping mat, you're just going to place your polish, pick up, and stamp directly onto the mat. You want to go ahead and just stamp all of your designs out. For the second technique, you're just going to apply your polish, pick up the image, and leave the image right on the stamper.
You can remove any of the unknitted image using a lint roller.
Next, you're going to go in with your dotting tool and your colored polishes, and you're just going to fill that design in. I'm just going to be alternating colors between the flowers. And you're going to do the same thing with the butterflies. You're going to allow the polish to dry and you're going to go in with a thin layer of top coat. While this top coat is drying, you want to go in and paint your base coat. I've gone ahead and painted all my nails with my nude base coat. Now one thing to keep in mind, you can use any color base coat. I just chose to use nude, but you can leave your nails bare underneath this design as well. Once your top coat has fully dried, you can go in with your tweezers and dotting tool and just lift the decal or decal off of the stamper. And you can do the same thing with the design on the mat. Now, if your design isn't lifting off in one whole piece, you can just go back in with a second layer of top coat and try again after that layer has dried. One of the reasons I like using the mat is because you can make all of your decals at the same time versus using a stamper. You're going to have to make 1 decal at a time. And it makes cleanup so much easier because you just wipe it down with acetone. I purchased this mat off of Amazon for only $10, so it's worth the investment. I'm going to go ahead and trim up all of my decals. Trimming the decals is not necessary, but it does make for easier application.
I'm trimming over a piece of paper just to make cleanup a lot easier too.
To apply your decal, you just place a thin layer of top coat on your nail and gently place the decal onto your nail. You're gently going to push down on the design either using your finger or a cuticle pusher while that top coat is drying so that it adheres to the nail. Once it has fully adhered to the nail, I like to go in and clean up around the edges using my e.l.f. concealer brush. Then I'll go in with a layer of top coat to seal the design in. Lastly, you go in and apply your stones or your pearls onto the center of the flowers. Again, this step is optional. After your glue has dried, go back in with one final layer of top coat to seal everything back in. And there is your finished manicure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!